Hello friends, welcome to Ambe Kids Art. Today I'm super excited to be drawing one of the most popular Disney characters, Mr. Woody. Yes, this is as a way to welcome Toy Story 4 that's getting released today in the theaters in the United States. I am right now traveling and in India, so I don't think it's releasing today, but in a couple days. So I really can't wait to see what kind of plot they have for this movie. I am just so excited. I loved all the other three parts. For this project, you need the usual supplies: a paper, pencil, eraser, sharpener, a nice Sharpie, and some color pens. You can also do this project with either crayons or oil pastels. So, without further ado, let's get started. Getting ready with my guideline pencil, which is just a red color pencil. Woody's most notable, accessory is his hat, right? The sheriff's hat. So that's what I'm going to be drawing first. I'm drawing the brim of the hair, the brim of the hat. It is a straight line, but it's a little tilted. Next, I'm drawing the top of the hat. So you just want to draw the two lines on both sides, and then the top is more like the shape of a house that we draw. Woody has a very long face. So if you think you have it long enough, make it a little bit longer. Okay? So you just draw a couple lines for either side of the face and then connect the middle jawline that I'm just drawing. Let's give him a little neck. And then a little shoulder. Let's draw the other part of the brim of the hat. We just made a mark. So right now we are drawing the bottom of the hat where it's attaching to the head. So think of it as a boat, the shape of a boat. And don't be afraid to change the shape if you don't like it quite. It didn't turn out as you want it to be. Okay, now I'm using a pencil to trace over my guidelines. So this is when I'm going to be adding details if there is a need. For the top of the hat, there is really no need for any additional details, so I'm just tracing. So I'll be doing the same with the rest of Woody. When we get to his face, I'll be adding a little bit more bumps and curves because you want the face to look natural. It's not going to be two straight lines. Let's get to the back of his head. So the back of his head, there's a little bit of hair showing through, and then we get to the ears. Keep the ear as simple as possible. Remember, he is a toy. He is not a real person. So you don't have to add way too many details to his ears or his hair. So regarding the face, so there's a first bump that is going to be his forehead. Then the second bump is his cheek. And then the third bump is going to lead down to his jaw and his chin. Okay, when I say bump, I'm not making it too curved. I'm just doing a slight bump. Okay, so that's a slanty jaw he has, and that joins up near his ear. So let's give him a scarf. He has a red scarf around his neck. So we're just going to define that. And then I'm giving him a collar. So before you give him a collar, you want to make a V and then draw the middle line down where he buttons up. Now we can draw his collar. The collar is the shape of a V, but think of it as a very curved V. See how I do a curved V? That's it. On the other side, you see even less of a collar. So it's even smaller. Okay, now let's draw Woody's shoulders. He is a very skinny guy. He is not muscular, so remember that. He looks more like a stick figure, right? The most important aspect are in his face, like his big eyes and his short nose. The rest of his body is so skinny. So remember that. I'm just redefining a little bit of the bumps in his face now. And let's give him a nice curved eyebrow. Again, it's very simple. The shape is very simple. So it's like a rainbow, 2 rainbows for his eyebrows. And then his nose is going to be super sharp. Super sharp, funny looking nose with a straight bottom. So just make a straight line for the bottom. His upper lip is a really simple smiley line. And then we are going to draw a wide grin in his face with a lower lip. Really simple shapes. So you want to make sure that you make it really wide. He has a very wide grin. I'm drawing his teeth. If you draw each and every individual teeth, it will look really scary. So just mark all of the teeth with one sweep of a line. Let's draw those smiley lines on his face. Okay, his eye is nothing but a big circle. So a big circle for his eyeball. Oh, and you want to make sure that the eye that's away from you is small and the eye that's closer to you is a little bit larger. It doesn't have to be dramatic, but it has to be a little bit larger because whatever is closer to you appears bigger than the one that's farther. So let's draw a nice circle and a bigger circle for the second eye. Once we draw his eye, we have to draw his eyeballs. So you have to make sure that you step back and look at the little eyeballs and make sure that they look like they are looking at you or looking in the same direction. Okay, let's give him a nice circular eyeball. And then the next one. Okay, I don't like the placement of this one. It looks like it's staring at me, kind of creepy. So let's move it a little bit to the right. Like I always say, don't be afraid to move things over. It's okay. Let's see. Okay, I think I like where it is right now. And don't worry about how large it is or how small it is. When you actually draw the guidelines, when you actually start coloring, you can adjust all the things. Let's start tracing the entire Woody with a Sharpie. Let's draw Woody's little sheriff badge as a star. And then I also want to give some more details to his shirt. Okay, so you just saw quickly the colors that I'm going to be using. For Woody's eyes, I'm using a nice dark brown. um, and then also a nice dark red. Two colors. As usual, make sure that you leave a little room for the sparkle, so don't color the entire eyeball. This hat I'm using a dark brown color. So this is not like a very warm brown, it's a really dark brown. And then along with that, I'm going to be mixing a little bit of dark red. See, the two areas that I shaded are going to be like the base color. I'm using a little bit of dark red right now to color the back portion of his hat. And then even for the top of the brim of his hat, I want to make it look like it's catching some light. So I'm going to make it a little bit more red. Okay. So we want to show lights and darks, and that's why we are having that little difference. So we have the nice deep rich brown, and then we have the nice deep red. Like I was just telling you a couple minutes back, I want to add some red to the brim of the hat, and then the bottom of the hat I want to make it a little bit more darker in shade. So I'm coloring, I'm applying a layer of black over my dark. I'm using a skin tone like a peach, and then I'm using little circular motion. I'm drawing little circles on Woody's face. So you can either use straight lines, you can use circles. There are so many ways to shade. So this time, because it's a skin tone and it's the face, I wanted to use a circular motion. So I'm drawing tiny little circles using that pastel color, that peach color, all over his face. So the video you've been watching, they're all like sped up. All the coloring parts are sped up. So if it's going to take you a long time to do this, don't be frustrated, because it did take me quite some time to complete this. If you look at Woody, he does not have like you can't see his eyelid, right? But you want to indicate that he has eyelids, and that's why we are adding those shadows up top. I also added shadow underneath the bottom of his lips. See how one side of his face is much darker than the other? We also want to add a darker shadow underneath his nose. So now I'm blending. See how I'm using that peach color and going over my brown to tone the brown down and smoothen it. For the pink blushy part of his cheek, I'm using a very light pink. Again, I'm using like the circular motion just to get everything blended together. And I'll be adding one more layer with the really light peach color on top, just to blend it all smoothly. Regarding his shirt, it's going to be a single color, yellow. We're going to go over with the yellow, and then for all those little checkered boxes, I'm going to like run it over with a little red pencil just to show the stripes as red. And then his jacket is going to be white, and it has those little markings like the patterns on a cow. And I'm just going to be freehand drawing those. Other than that, that's about it with Woody. I hope you had fun watching this tutorial. I did. I can't wait to watch this Toy Story 4. So I will let you know how it went, and I really appreciate all your support. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon for another exciting video. Thanks and have a great day. Bye bye.